Hi, everyone. I'm Shirin Vezin with Tech Change and thrilled to be stepping in for Nick as he takes his afternoon sweet break. I am here with Liz Nerad from Palladium. Liz, you all made possible a session yesterday that was not in DC, but was in Moldova. So tell us how that went.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks to your support, we were able to pull off a local global digital development event in Chisinau, Moldova yesterday. It was awesome because we really got to have that global, local hybrid conversation, right? It was something that happened in a room in Moldova, but also we broadcasted it across the globe. And it's, a really momentous time for Moldova. That was the title actually of the event, Moldova's Moment. And we really we actually, came off the heels of a big event that was happening the week before in Moldova, focused a lot on industry and how, Moldova's IT sector is booming. But we really took the conversation to be about what does that mean in terms of inclusive digital transformation, right? And thinking about how with Moldova's diversity and population, also with influx of citizens and people from outside of the country, how are you really going to develop your systems in a way that really safeguard and are also inclusive of all the different populations that are in Moldova? So it really took a different approach, I think, than a lot of the other events, and it was a really nice complementary kind of event that week.
Well, everyone seems to be talking about it today. When everyone got here this morning, we heard a lot of chatter about, oh, did you see what was going on in Moldova? Did you see the session? So I think a lot of people were tuning in. Many, I'm sure, who are tuning in now were tuning in then. So hopefully you got a chance to witness that. And if you didn't, you can go back and watch it. It is recorded on the platform. So Liz, you are here in DC now, and you've been here for much of today. What are some of your reflections or observations that have been taking place here in DC?
Yeah, thanks for that question. I think one thing across both today and yesterday, really, there's a lot more conversation about how do we do the things that we're doing, right? So we've previously talked a lot about the hype and the hope and the why of new technologies like artificial intelligence. Now we're having much more nuanced conversations that actually distinguish, are we talking about ML? Are we talking about Gen AI? And we're talking about how are we doing it? And how are we doing it in a way that is linked back to country priorities, local context, and really getting more into the weeds. My colleagues today had a session around designing AI solutions for LMIC context, and it really focused on the first part of that cycle. Really, how do you design your algorithms in a way and are leveraging data in a way that is inclusive both of the problem that you're trying to solve, but also even in the heuristics and the way that you're actually coding the algorithms to really reflect the local priorities. And so I saw that across the board. There were a lot of conversations like, how do we operationalize these things now, right? There was a great conversation yesterday with IBM about that. A lot of other players talking about really where does the rubber meet the road, right? So that's a great evolution, I think, from years past where we've done a good effort in being able to say, why do we need to do these things? And now we're actually doing it.
What a great moment to be part of and to be contributing to. So Palladium colleagues, Liz, thank you so much for being a part of this. And we're really excited to see what's next for you all. Any previews of anything that's exciting that you want to maybe give a little bit of a preview about?
Sure. Well, we're doing some exciting stuff in that space, like I just mentioned, of AI and really thinking about inclusivity within that. We have a couple of really interesting use cases of that in country projects around the globe, especially in Kenya. That's really something we're proud of, where we've actually been able to scale a lot of AI and ML models within electronic medical records. So this is something that I don't think anyone has done yet, right, is putting it into the actual systems and the context so that users can have that feedback loop that helps them to understand factors around, retention and loss to follow-up right in their hands of the tools that they're already using, right? So
patients themselves, or physicians themselves.
When they're interacting with patients though, right? So it's real time. And, I think we're going to see more of that. And our teams are really excited about, how do we take the theoretical? How do we take, what the best ideas, but really put them into tools and in systems that work in low, connectivity context, in context with low digital literacy, where, the tools are, already in place potentially, but they need, these solutions embedded in it. So, stay tuned for more on that. I think we're going to see a lot in the industry of really where the rubber meets the road. And, that's then the time for us to really talk about our impact and be able to see and have those feedback loops of like, what does this really mean in terms of the social and economic outcomes that we're really trying to promote?
Well, I'm previewing for those who are interested in this conversation and this conference, a little plug for the Global Digital Health Forum, which is 6 months from now, set your watches, will be in Kenya. So I would imagine that you'll have some colleagues talking about that use case there. Yeah, cool. Well, Liz, thank you so much for joining us in Pop-Up Studio, and we'll catch you later.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks so much.